Hey guys, so in the movie Interview with a Vampire, there is a scene where two vampires are left in the sun to die and they turn to ash, and I wanted to recreate a look kind of inspired by it, especially since I've never seen it done on YouTube. So I'm starting off by taking a lip liner and just sketching out where I want the ash part to end. I just did it on my face, but I would definitely recommend continuing it down your neck and even your body if it is exposed. So since we are using latex over the brow hairs, I'm going to put a crap ton of glue on the brows, not to cover them, just to protect them. You can also use masking tape if you do not feel safe with this. However, I've been using glue for years, and it's kept my brow hairs on my face for 3 or 4 years now. While the glue was drying, I went in with a primer just to smooth out my pores and make my skin look a lot more flawless. Once the glue has dried a little bit and become tacky, I go over with a powder foundation and just press it over the brows so that way they are set and I can make sure that the latex will not adhere to them. So to create that ash appearance, I'm taking liquid latex on a brush that I really don't care about. This one is from a Wet n Wild palette, and I'm stippling it all over my face. Once the liquid latex gets tacky, I continue to stipple it to kind of create a little bit of dimension and holes in it. So that way it doesn't give an even texture how your face would look if it had turned to ash. The details are really hard to see from far away. It's just going to look like your face is painted gray, but up close you can really tell all the texture and it looks really good. Just make sure that you're using a brush that you do not care about. This is exactly why. The liquid latex will dry, get stuck on the brush, and it won't really come off. So you're kind of screwing your brush over here. So just buy a cheap brush if you don't have one that you're willing to sacrifice. Once the latex had dried, I went over with a Castor Seal so that way any makeup I applied on top would actually stick to the latex, and then I blotted off the excess with a tissue. For the coloring, I went in with a gray toned blue and a gray toned purple cream paint. I wasn't getting the color that actually looked ashy, so I went in with white and black water activated paints. I thought that they would crack on top of the latex. For those of you who are new to latex, whenever you apply water activated paints on top of latex, they usually crack and they don't settle. Usually you have to use cream or alcohol activated paints. On top of the cream makeup, it actually settled, it stayed in place, and it worked well. I would recommend, however, just going straight in with a white and black grease paint mixed together to get the color you want. And then also what I did was I took the white and highlighted on my brow bone and on my cheekbone just to make them protrude a little bit more. So for the actual vampire side of the face, I'm keeping it very simple. I do have a video of a vampire makeup tutorial. I will leave it linked down below. It's very old, I still have blonde hair, and it's not as great quality, but if you do want a more sexy approach on that side, you can watch it to see how I achieved it. For here, I'm just going in with a little bit of concealer and applying it any areas that I want to kind of brighten and conceal, so underneath the eyes, around the brow, and around my mouth. And then I'm just going to blend it out with a concealer brush, and then I set it with a translucent loose powder. I'm filling in my brows with a very cool toned brow powder, making sure to emphasize my arch to just make it look a little bit more sexy. So my camera stopped filming here, but what I did was I went in with NYX's Primal Color in Hot Red, and I applied it in my crease along the outer corner of my eye, curving it around, and also on the inner corner of my nose and dragging it down to kind of slightly contour that part of my nose. I felt it was very vampy but also very subtle at the same time, and then I just topped my eyes off with a little bit of mascara and these Ardell Demi Wispy lashes that ended up breaking after this first application of them, so be very careful with them. I applied a bright red liquid lipstick on the parts of my lips that were exposed, and then I went in with a little bit more gray face paint on the outer corners just to blend everything together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it, especially since it's not something that I've ever really seen on YouTube. If you did enjoy it, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!